Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger, man. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to go ahead and say thank you, God, for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen today, I'm going to be showing y'all how to create the first ever scrappy two-way guard, aka the overpowered Klay Thompson build. Now, before we get any further into this, man, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, turn on post notifications, and be sure to smash that like button. Now, with this build, we can make it anywhere from 6'5" all the way up to 6'9". It really comes down to the way that you want to make it yourself. Today, I'm going to be making it at the tallest height that I found it at, 6'9". Now, when it comes down to the weight, go with the lowest. Now, the wingspan will be 7'7", and I'm telling y'all, you're going to have everything that you need out of this build on the offense, but also the defensive end. Now, if y'all want the 6'5" version of this build, all you need to do is let me know in the comments and get this video to 50 likes, and I definitely got that on the way. But now from here, let's go ahead and get into the actual breakdown of this build. I'm going to go ahead and start out first with the physicals. So for my speed, I'm going to make sure that I go ahead and max this out. For my acceleration, I wanted to be able that I was making sure this was going to go at least 80 and above. So I'm going to go ahead and say anywhere from 80 and plus is going to be perfect. But if you want to go lower, that's something optional as well. Now for my strength, I definitely want to go ahead and max this out. To be able to get the most out of the contact lengths, I'm going to go with the vertical, bring this all the way up to an 82. Now for the stamina, I'm going to go with the 90, and that's going to be the threshold for every single build that I'm going to be bringing to y'all. If you want to go higher or even drop it lower, that's perfectly okay, but for my preference, I'm going to go with the 90. Now, when we wrap up the total batch count on this build, we're going to be able to get 78 in total. Now, let's go ahead and get into the actual making of the defensive area. And if you want to be able to maintain this build name, all you need to do is make sure that you copy down each and every stat that I bring it to y'all. Now, when it comes down to the defensive rebound, this is going to be perfect at an 89. For my offensive, this is really optional. I did go ahead and bring it up just to get extra badges for the defense, which is going to be perfect. Now for the block, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm going to be able to get at least some interior defense with this as well. I'm going to go with the 79. My steal is really optional as well, but you can go ahead and put this anywhere to the 80s, or if you want to drop it below to get extra badges out of a different area, that's perfectly okay too, but I'm going to go with the max. Now when it comes down to the perimeter defense, go anywhere from 75 to 79. Then for the interior, make sure you go with a 77, and right here, we're going to be able to get a total of 26 badges on the defensive area. Now we get a good amount of gold, 1 Hall of Fame, but then when it comes down to the bronze and silver, we're really going to be able to spread the wealth on the defensive area. Now this is only the first thing that I want to be able to make sure that you see how special this build is going to be, especially in my opinion. I think it's going to be one of the best rare and well-rounded builds that we're going to be able to use this year. So let's go ahead and get into the making of the playmaking. Max out that speed with ball. Now for my ball handle, you can only go with an 80. If you go with an 81, you're going to get a completely different build name. Now for the pass accuracy, as long as you don't go above a 79, that's going to work out perfectly, and we get a total of 19 badges right here. Now one thing that I take into consideration with each and every single build that I bring to y'all is the extra badges that we're able to unlock, not only from the season, but if you go ahead and complete certain challenges throughout my career, we're also going to be able to get certain challenges and attributes unlocked towards this build as well. So if you take into consideration one of the first challenges, welcome to the league, you're going to be able to get +4 put towards any area on this build. Now for my liking, I would definitely consider the playmaking or even the shooting. Now with the shooting stats, I'm going to go with the 79 when it comes to the mid-range and the three-pointer. For the free throw, I'm going to go with the 91, and that's going to work out perfectly. We still maintain the 6'9" height, we got a 7'7" wingspan. Then for the steal in takeover with boost, you'll be able to get a 99 steal and a defensive rebound. Then on top of all that, we still maintain an 80+ ball handle, and that's not even with the takeovers being taken into consideration. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with the finishing badges, but I'm telling y'all, with this build overall, I'm telling you, this is in my opinion one of the best rare builds that we're going to be able to make, and not only make but also use. So for my driving dunk, I'm going to go with an 83. Then for the driving layup, this is going to go up to an 80, and you can go ahead and throw the rest of the attributes into the close shot. Now right there we get 14 finishing badges overall, super solid, and especially with the tiers that we get, 2 Hall of Fame, and then when it comes down to the rest, a few silver and bronze, but that's going to work out perfect with this kind of build. Now yes, keep in mind, we're still going to be able to get those contact dunks, especially if you pick the correct takeover. Now I'm not going to spoil that for you just yet, but going further, consider what this build is going to be looking like if you add boost. Now that alone, if you buy your own, that's going to be a +4, and once you activate your takeover, picking 2 separate takeovers is going to give you a +10 towards 2 different areas, so in total it's going to be +14. Now let's go ahead and take what we're going to be able to do on this build. You're able to dribble at 6'9" pretty quickly, as fast as any other build, play elite defense inside and out, and on top of all that, we're still going to be able to get contact dunks. Now right here we get the slashing takeover, and out of all these 3, I would go with finishing moves. Now for the shot creating, my favorite out of all of them will be ankle breaking shots. Now we also do get the sharpshooting, and for everybody that's going to be comp, I would go with limitless range. Now right here we do get the glass cleaning, and for my liking, I would go with see the future takeover. Now for what I think will be best for the setup of the takeovers, first is going to be limitless range. The second one you can go with the slashing, but I'm telling you, it's going to be much better overall if you go with the glass cleaning, and my favorite is going to be see the future. Now from here, let's go ahead and check out the build name, and I'm telling y'all, one of the best, if not the most rare builds you're going to be seeing all year. And as you can see, we were able to create the one and only Scrappy 2 guard. Now going further, I'm telling y'all, we're going to go ahead and check out what these badges are going to be looking like, but really take into consideration the extra badges we're able to unlock, as well as bind boosts and all of that good stuff. Now let's go ahead and take a quick look at what this build is going to be able to do at 99 overall. Since we did pick the sharpshooting takeover, that's going to be easily an 89. Now with boost, that's going to bring us up to a 93. Now since we did pick the glass cleaning takeover, we'll be able to get a 99 steal, bring up that block into the high 80s. With boost ourselves, that'll be into the 90s, and then we'll also be able to get a 99 defensive rebound. Now remember, going further, when it comes down to the actual batch counts, you can pick anything based to your own liking and preference, and I'm just going to go ahead and set y'all up with a quick guide and what I think is going to be best to go with. So for each setup, not necessarily do I always go with the highest cost of a badge for my core badge, but if you like to spread the wealth, this is going to be the perfect area to go with. So I do like Hall of Fame Giant Slayer. Another one that I do like is going to be Slithery, as well as Fearless Finisher. Now you cannot forget about Limitless Takeoff, and then when it comes down to the tier 3 badge, you can go with Posterizer and put this as a core. Now let's go ahead and move on to the shooting. We get a good amount of badges out of this area as well. Now when it comes down to the badges that I actually like to run, are going to be the ones that boost my shooting percentage itself. So for my liking, I'm going to go with Gold Midi Magician. Then from there, you can also go ahead and put on any other one. What I like is going to be Guard Up, and then you can even go with Limitless Range to be the core badge, or if you want to split it up, change it to anything based to your own liking. Blinders, Deadeye, Catch and Shoot, all of these are going to be great badges to work with. So in total, if you take into consideration the Season 1 extra badge that we can get, then from there you're also going to be able to get another 4 from becoming a starter in my career. That's going to bring us up to a total of 83 badges. Now you can put this anywhere towards the playmaking, the shooting, but what I would consider to go with would be the playmaking or even the finishing. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and put on another core badge. You can go with Killer Combos, or even if you want to go with handles for days, that's another one that I would take into consideration as well. Now to everybody who made it this far into the video, I just want to go ahead and say thank you for your support. Like, honestly, it means so much because every single day I'm dropping these videos for y'all, and you are continuing to show up and just show your support. So, you know, I want to give a different way back to y'all, and I think the best way that I can do that is just be real with y'all when it comes down to my content. So if you're enjoying these videos, and if you want to see a certain type of video as well, be sure to just comment down below, and I got y'all with a response, and I mean that every time I say it. So again, if you're coming out of state, I'm coming from California, go ahead and comment down below whether it's a different country as well. That's pretty dope to know that I have people outside of the United States. Now with these build videos, I'm going to go ahead and be sure that I get y'all something at least every single day. And I also have TikTok, I got Twitter, you can hit me up on Instagram. I have my ads at the bottom of the screen, but for the badge setup on the defensive end, I mean, as long as you go with the main badges, I would go with Box Out Bees, Chase Down Artists, and even Clamps. Those are going to be some good starters to work with. And then when it comes down to the core badge, I would have to say Anchor on Bronze, or you could even go with Rebound Chaser. Any of these are going to be solid for the core badge. But again, this is just my opinion on what I think the best setup is going to be going forward for this build. Now, man, those of y'all who made it to the end, go ahead and comment down TG for thank God. And just know that I'm going to get y'all right. So, man, with all that being said, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. And if you came through for the very first time, man, be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications. I would appreciate it if we can reach 50 likes on this video. And if we do, I'm going to go ahead and bring out the 6.5 version of this build. So again, man, I just want to say thank you, God, for another day and another opportunity. But with all that being said, man, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.